Okay, so we are just starting this cute little quilt. It's basically just a panel with, I sewed 3 different borders on, blue and a green and the red, and the back is adorable. It's like this color of green, and it's got cute little animals on it, and the lion looks very much like this one. Okay, so I'm doing a balloon pattern. And okay, I haven't quilted anything on this machine since May, and here we are into September. I started and we got a thread break. Rethreaded, a thread break. I'm like, oh my. Alright, so I watched a video, came back, checked, and I did not have it quite through my little tension spot right. And I tell you what, these machines, you have to do everything just the way they want it done. So, oh, I'm so thankful. Thank you, Lord, because it's doing what it's supposed to do. All right, I'll show you this later when it's done, okay? All right, it's a lot of fun. Bye. Okie dokie, now this little quilt is done with the quilting part. We're all done over here. Machine is shut down. So now we're over here at the cutting table. You see how it turned out? I absolutely love it. And here's the back. And look, I did a balloon pattern, and see, here's little balloons right here on there too. So now we're just trimming off the edges before we can put on the binding. So you see, I've already trimmed this. So I'm using, a ruler, straight edge, and I'm making I'm just going along this line, like the seam line, and I'm putting it at almost 3 inches, but not quite. So it's going to be, because it's really, when I cut this it was 3, and then you use a 1/4 inch seam allowance, so now it's just a little 1/4 inch shorter, and then just cutting all that off. Alrighty. Okay, so now it's time to put the binding on, and I went with this nice little orange color. I thought it's going to look pretty with this. And so I'm not doing anything that anybody else doesn't do. I'm just using like Jenny Doan method. I cut a 2.5 inch binding strip. You fold it in half and you iron it. And you have to get enough binding to go all around your whole blanket before you even get started. So you end up with quite a bit. And when it comes to sewing them together, instead of sewing like straight across, you do more of on a bias so that you don't have a real bulky spot. So I'm looking for where I have sewn it together. Here it is. Okay, so there's one. And so I've sewn it together on a bias like that. You can watch her video on how to do that. Jenny Doan, Missouri Star. She's fantastic. And so now, instead of having like your seam and then having it doubled in a real bulky spot, you see it's part of it's there, and then it goes the other direction here. So there's literally no bulk. All right, and then when you get to the corners, there's another neat trick you can do. But this is just all a part of what goes into making a quilt. Okie dokie, so here is this sweet little panel blanket, called a panel blanket because it starts with a panel, or quilt I should say, and then I just added some borders, which I think I've already said that. Okay, and once again, I'll just show you there's the back. Okay, so I did an orange binding on it. My battery just ran out.